Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 52 units of real estate, have a $6 million net worth. And today I want to break down the fees on my Transamerica Index Universal Life Insurance policy. So once a year, when it's time for the statement period year. So I bought this back in September of 2019. So September is my year where I get my statement. So what's nice about the statement is it shows me all the premiums I paid, all the fees I paid, and it kind of breaks it down. So I just want to break down my fees. I know I get a lot of crap for investing in whole life insurance policies. I have another video. I know indexed universal life insurance or whole funded life insurance, for the most part, it's a bad investment, but I have a video talking about why I think it's for high net worth individuals. So if you want more details, check that video out. But why it's a bad investment is because there's so many fees involved. So let me break it down here. So I haven't been max funding my index universal life insurance policy because I was investing a lot in real estate. So I used to invest about $3,000 a month into this policy, which was max funding it. But for the past year, when I started buying a lot of real estate and stabilizing real estate, I did the bare minimum. So for me, I do about $500 a month. I have a $1.5 million policy with a long-term care rider, terminal illness rider, and a critical illness rider. I got this policy back when I was 29, so I've owned it for about 5 years now. So in the beginning of this policy period, so September of 2023, the cash value was $107K. This year, or this policy year, I put $500 a month, so that's $6,000 a year. And let's break down the fees, because this is why whole life insurance gets such a bad rap. So for the fees, there's a premium expense charges, which is $240 for the year. Policy charges, which includes the rider charges. This was about $4,200 a year. So this is the cost of insurance and all the fees. And then there's also a kind of a management fee because the money's invested into the index funds, which was $800. So if you look at the breakdown, I essentially paid $6,000 in premiums, and if you add up all the fees, so about $200 plus $4,200 plus $800, it's about $5,200 worth of fees. So if you were to break it down, I put in $6,000, $5,200 in fee, $800 surplus. However, the policy throughout this time, because I get monthly dividends, earned around $13,000 in interest. So I have half of my money in the S&P 500 and the other half in the global index fund. So as you can see here, life insurance is a terrible investment because of all the fees. Right? If you look at it objectively, I paid about $5,200 in fees, which includes the cost of insurance, includes the cost of the rider, includes the monthly management fee. There's a bunch of other flat fees, which I'll break down. And I currently have a cash value of about $120,000. So if you add everything up, I have a $1.5 million death benefit plus another $120,000 in cash value. So for me, year 7 will hit around 2026, and that's when I can fully max fund my policy. And what I plan on doing is, once I either sell real estate or I do cash out refinance on one of my properties or my apartments, I'm probably gonna take the lump sum and max fund this index universal life insurance policy, so I'll be done with it, right? Because once you max fund it, you can't put any additional money, and I'll probably start to lower my total death benefit. So let me break down the fees. So like what I've heard, I haven't calculated, but what I heard is if you were to annualize the fee over the life of the policy, it's about 1%. But the kind of sucky part about index universal life insurance or whole life insurance policies in general is they upcharged fees for the first 10 years, and it makes sense, right? Because if, let's just say there's people who bought a policy and a day later they get hit by a car and the insurance is paying out, so they lose money on that situation. So life insurance has all the data based on your age, your demographic, where you live, your health. They know exactly when you're gonna die roughly and on average. So because of that, it makes sense that they charge the first 10 years because they want to mitigate their risk, right? And that's why I said it's a bad investment. So if you look at my policy, I have about 120K of cash value. The cash surrender charge, so if I were to cancel the policy, is $31,000 because they don't want you to cancel your policy. And for loan wise, I could take about 87K as a loan and gets 120K of cash value. So on this annual statement, they break it down annually. So they said, okay, in the beginning of last year, I had 107K. I put in $6,000 of premium. I paid about $5,000 in expense and about $13,000 in interest paid. So now my policy value is 120K. So let me break down. So how I invest my thing is I have 50% in the S&P 500 index account and 50% in the global index account. And basically why I just do that just to diversify. Obviously S&P 500, you can't go wrong with the American market, and the global market is just for diversification. So let me break down all the fees because it breaks it down and it's confusing, right? And that's why insurance has such a bad rap. If it's confusing, it's easy to hate, and I wouldn't disagree with that. So the first fee that I pay is, let me find it here. So, okay, let's break it down on a monthly basis. So on a monthly basis, I put in $500 as my premium. Out of that $500, they charge me $20 a month flat for something called a premium expense charge. Not sure exactly what that is, but it's $20 a month. And the insurance companies, they do give you like a glossary of all the terms that defines this at the end, but like honestly, no one reads it. And the next one is a monthly deduction, which looks to be roughly a percentage. I believe this is the cost of insurance. So this is the cost of the $1.5 million life insurance policy. So it's about $316 a month. And keep in mind, the cost of insurance goes up over time, right? It goes up for two reasons. Either it goes up because the death benefit is more or you're older. Because when you're older, you're at more risk of death. So they charge you more to mitigate that risk. So the monthly deductions go up over time because either A, the death benefit went up, or B, because you got older, right? So of course, if you're getting older, it goes up over time. The next fee is a long-term care rider charge of about $28. So long-term care insurance is, I'm in healthcare. It's basically used when you need to go to like a nursing home or something happens to you where you're disabled. And for those who don't know, nursing homes are super expensive. They're like $10,000 a month. So what happens is if you're ill, you basically can, start pulling out of your death benefit, let's say $10,000 a month to cover your nursing home expenses. So, once again, it's just another form of insurance that if you need it, great. If not, well, you just get the death benefit. The next one is a indexed monthly charge. It's called an IAMC. It's about $72 a month. I think it's a percentage. And from here, you can see every month I get my interest breakdown. So roughly, I'm looking here. Looks like I'm averaging about $1,000 a month in terms of excess index interest earned. So remember, Index Universal Life, what they do is every month they'll see how the market did. If the market went up 30%, there's a ceiling of, let's say, 12%. So you're only getting paid 12%. If the market went down 30%, there's a floor of 1%. You'll get 1%. So it's kind of more of a conservative investment-ish. So it's a nice complement to other investments. Like I said, this is like my fifth investment that I have, right? I have my 401k, my Vanguard index funds, real estate, my business, and then this is like number 5. Right, and then once I'm done max funding it, I'm probably not gonna get another life insurance policy unless my net worth skyrockets to like over 100 million, in which case I may need to get another policy. I arbitrarily just made 100 million. And some other fees broken down is like, once again, there's the cost of insurance, right? So the cost of insurance goes up as you age. The next one is an expense per unit charge, which is a flat $270. Once again, not sure exactly what this is, but I know this fee stays on for the first 10 years. So after 10 years, I will not have to pay, $270 a month after 10 years. And that's how it is. So, what's nice is they look in like 1 month increments. So, they break it down, right? Like they look at, okay, what's your cash value at the beginning of the segment? They look at your premium, your monthly deductions, your fee, your loan repayment, your excess interest, and then what's the value at the end. And they break it down, annually as well. So overall, hopefully you kind of learned something from this video. What's nice about this statement is that it will show. So for example, in October of 2022, the index grew by 17%, but there's a 13% cap. So I only got 13% on that money. Let's see, index change. So another one is like for the S&P 500, for example, the index went up by 30% 1 month in March of 2023, but I was capped at 12%. All right. So to me, life insurance is kind of a game for the high net worth individuals. It's a way to build tax-free wealth. It's a way to build in estate planning. It's a way to give you long-term care insurance if you need it. And it's a way to, build some tax-free wealth that you can utilize in the future. So that's why I say it's for high net worth individuals. Anyways, hopefully you found value from this video. I just wanted to read my statement that I got in the mail. I'll also read my quarterly statement from Nationwide, which is my variable universal life insurance policy. That one's a little bit more straightforward to understand. But check out my other videos about whole life insurance. I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this once again, but like I said, I just want to be fully transparent as to why I chose to invest in it. But it's not for everybody, right? I'm not advertising it for middle class or low class people. Term is sufficient, right? You can't go wrong with term. Anyways, if you're looking to buy multifamily real estate with some guidance, check out the mentorship program. Otherwise, let me know what questions or comments you have, and hope to see the next one. And please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much.